excited this morning. This is a special day. This is something that we started last year. This is our second annual LGA Culture and Connectedness Summit. This is very special. We have over 130 presenters here today. You guys will be going into 3 different sessions. And one of them you guys selected, and then we also, one of them that is mandatory everybody's going to be in is our diversity, equity, and inclusion sessions. And what we're doing here is, this is something that I'm going to have Ms. Hardy speak more on it, but this is a special day for all of us. So we are putting aside the teaching and learning that goes on every day in this, to continue with that teaching and learning, but in a different model. And so I appreciate how you guys have been receptive. I know you guys have been excited about this. We are super excited. And the lady who's the mastermind behind it and support with all the staff, this could not be done by a lot of hours put into this. So please, take something away from this event. Sit there, listen, take it all in. People have put hours into this to make this a special event for you. And the young lady who started this, who brought it to us last year and said, we need to do something for our kids. She is passionate about her kids just like everybody on this campus is passionate. And I know you guys always say, you guys do too much. We do too much because we care. We care about you. So it's okay if you say we do too much. That means we're doing our job. It's because we care about you. But I'm going to ask Ms. Hardy to please step up and speak along this a little bit more.
I'd like to thank everyone who helped with this event. A special shout out goes to the administration team and Mr. Rhodes, who listened to me rant and rave and just kept pushing forward when things got hard. We pulled together, and instead of giving up, we figured it out, because that's the LGA way. I want you to remember that all of the presenters volunteered to come be with us today. So I expect you to listen and learn, ask questions, have fun, and show the ultimate respect. Anything is possible. You have to believe that. Believing is the first step to achieving your goals. When you believe that anything is possible, you don't give up the first time you can't solve a math problem, have difficulty writing an essay, or fail to make a layup. You try again. You try doing things a different way, but you don't stop trying, because you know that whatever you want to do is possible. I want you to have this attitude about life. Anything is possible. Today you will hear from people who struggled, who were told they couldn't, shouldn't, or wouldn't, but they did, because they believed that anything was possible. It's possible to coexist, to persist, and to resist things like racism and hate. Not only are these things possible, they are necessary. Your summit shirts read, "Everybody belongs," because here at LGA, you do. Enjoy your sessions. I love you all. I'd like you to give a rousing applause for Dr. Chow. He's going to come and illuminate us and give us a fantastic opening session.
Before I get started, I wanted to just share a little bit about who I am. My name is Dr. Chow Vang. I serve as a Director of Educational Equity Access and Equity Strategist for Sacramento State. And one of my roles at Sacramento State is, if you want to go to college, there is a pathway or program. How many seniors are in here? Raise your hand super high, seniors. So I was a senior 18 years ago in your spot, from Stockton, California, Stockton Unified School District. Title I school, and I'll share more about my experience. My goal is to make sure that you and your family, your guardian, are provided the most updated information, a resource, if you choose to and if you want to go to college. That's what Sac State hired me to do. I go around all districts in this region to make sure that students who want to go to college have the opportunity, okay? So after this presentation, I'll leave my email with Ms. Holcomb. If you want to come to Sacramento State or even a community college, that is my goal. The reason why I came, partly because of Ms. Holcomb. I had the honor a few years ago to work at Natomas Middle School for 2 years, coordinating their MYP program. So I'm a former employee of the district. So when she called me up, I said, anything for you, Kendra, and also Eric. So I came and I want to share my story so it becomes something that you could relate to. But before we get started, I'm used to talking to 300 college students, lecturing for 2 hours. But I have 25 minutes with you all, and I wanted to make sure that was very impactful. So instead of just speaking, I'm going to do an activity with you that involves candy. So at this time, I just want you to pay close attention, and I need you to be part of this. So here I have a jar, okay? I have an empty jar, and I need you to count with me to fill up this empty jar with lemonade. Agree? Okay, 1. Is this jar filled? Oops, sorry. Is this jar filled? This is 10 pounds of sugar. So this is half a cup, okay? This is 1 cup. It's 2 cups. 3 cups. Start making a mess in your gym. It's 4 cups. 5 cups. 6 cups. Maybe 6.5. Is it finally filled? Okay. There's a story to this, okay? There's a lesson from this, so I want you to pay close attention. The lemon heads are the things that matter to you, okay? The lemon heads. Your family, your friends, your health, your physical and mental. Promotion for the 8th graders that are going to high school. Graduation for the students that want to enter college or the workforce. Your grades or attendance. Respect and kindness to your teachers, the staff, the front desk attendants, your peers, and the school that you're at. You being a role model to your siblings, if you have younger siblings. And read the values of Leroy Greene, to have purpose, result, innovation, determination, and empathy. These are what matters in your life, okay? The lemonhead. The Whopper. Important, but not as critical. Getting out of bed, getting dressed, getting to school and class on time, complete and turning classwork and homework. When I was at Natomas Middle School, students were complete, but they were not turning in their classwork, it was jammed in their backpack. Cleaning your room and house chores, and extracurricular activities, clubs and sports. The sugar. Not as important, watching TV, playing video games, social media. Number of likes, postings, hanging out with your friends, name brand clothes, and the latest electronic. Those are sugar. However, and we focus all our time on the sugar. So that was 6.5 cups, correct? So let's do that. Let's focus on the small things in life first. So this is half a cup. 1 cup. 2 cup. 3 cup. 4. 5. 6.5. So I was a high school student 18, 19 years ago. These were, I want to say, what was important to me. Hang out with friends, the latest iWatch, latest iPhone, number of posting way back then, my age in Facebook. That was my priority as a high school student. Whoppers. I think I poured almost a whole carton, so we're going to pour this whole carton in there. Things that were important for me as a high school student: get out of bed, getting dressed, going to class, passing period on time. That was important, but not as important as the lemonhead. Family, friends, graduating on time, making sure that I was taking the right courses, A through G requirement, making sure that I was visiting college campuses, being respectful to my counselor, my school teacher who helped me to be where I'm at. How many did we put in this one here earlier? 24. Count with me. So if you focus on all the sugar, you're not gonna have space for things that matter to you. Make sense? So I want you to ask your parent or guardian, take you to Target or Walmart this weekend, you buy 2 jars and you do this to your younger siblings, okay? Do that for me? So hopefully this was something to catch your attention. I didn't just want to speak to you, because that would be very boring in the 20 minutes I have with you. So for the remaining talk that I have, I wanted to preface it like a storytelling. For me, being born and raised in South Stockton, my parents are from Thailand. We didn't have a writing system. So our storytelling was the way my parents taught us. So for me, storytelling today is for you to understand, appreciate, to learn, to be seen, and be heard. That's the theme for your summit, is everyone belongs. So my parents were raised and born in the country of Laos. When the war happened in Vietnam in the 70s, they migrated to a refugee camp in Thailand. This is the actual picture of the refugee camp. So in 1979, from Thailand, they settled in St. Paul, Minnesota. And in Minnesota, the weather is different from Southeast Asia. So they drove their GMC Astro van all the way to Stockton, California. This is a day right before my parents and my 2 older sisters left the refugee camp in Thailand. Now, 48 years later, from 2, now there's 30 of us. Nieces and nephew, brother-in-law, sister-in-law. But I have a huge family, I'm very proud of. I have 6 sisters and 4 brothers, so there's 11 of us. 11. I have no idea how my parents did it, because till this day, my mom and my dad do not speak any English. They do not speak any English. So I wanted to share a little bit about my high school experience in Stockton Unified. I graduated from Edison High School. It was a Title I school, very, very tough school. I'll share more about it on the next slide. I went to Fremont Middle School, Hoover Elementary. But one of the things that I think was a game changer for me, even though my parents were not able to help me, and with 11 kids, was really my high school teacher and high school principal. They were the one that stepped in when my parents couldn't. I remember going to junior prom. My high school teacher, who was a social studies teacher from the South, she gave me $30 so I could go enjoy junior prom. My high school counselor, Dr. Jeff Lee, he paid for the food that I took with my date for prom, because my parents didn't have the money to do so. So those people were critical during my formative year in high school. They're the one that allowed me to continue my education at Sacramento State. I also was very involved in high school. I believe, I don't know here, there's a CSF, there's a Rotaract, there's tons of clubs. I also was a representative for our school board. So I'm pretty sure Natomas Unified choose a select or a student to represent the student in Natomas Unified. I was selected during my senior year to represent Stockton Unified School District as a whole to be the student trustee. But what was missing from my K-12 experience? There was a lot missing. You don't know what you just don't know. 2 years later, when I graduated from Edison High School in 2005, in 2007, an article in our local newspaper labeled 3 Stockton Unified School District as dropout factory. Think about that. A factory produces items, things, goods. They said there was 3 high schools in Stockton Unified that was dropout factory, meaning students were just dropping out. And one of them was Edison High School. Think about what that does to the alumni like myself who graduated from Edison High School. The high school I went to said it was a dropout factory by University of Maryland. They did a research, look at all the graduation rate. They said your school is not a school that should exist. But till this day, I still go back to Edison High School and give talks. Because it was a Title I school, meaning it was low income, lack of parent involvement, my parents didn't speak any English, there was 11 of us. There was 2 tracks that you did graduating from high school. If you're lucky enough to graduate, Delta College, which is community college in Stockton, will come and recruit you. So a lot of students like myself went to Delta College, or during that time, there was a factory, Toys R Us. You all may be too young, but there's a huge Toys R Us factory. You either go to Delta College or you work at Toys R Us. Those are the 2 choices. Again, you don't know any better. I grew up in Section 8. We use EBT, super poor. But those programs supported me and many of my friends to be where we're at right now. There was 2 college counselors at Sac State that came to Edison during my senior year. And during that time, a lot of us, we hung out in a cafeteria because we would get the free reduced lunch. The thing that really made a change to a lot of Edison High School students was the 2 college counselors at Sacramento State. They came and sat and ate with us. They made us feel relatable. They made us feel that we were seen and heard. Because many times, recruiters or college counselors, they are in the library, they're in the gym, giving a nice presentation. Half of the students are not listening. But what Kenny and Blake did was, they bought the lunch and they sat with us, talked with us about summer bridge program at the university, which allow us to start early during the summer to earn 6 credit before we enter the university for the fall semester. So that's what I did. So I'm an Educational Opportunity Program student, or EOP. You may also hear from UC Davis, EOPS. That's to ensure that students who want to go to college that may not have the necessary resources are provided the opportunity. I also was in a refugee community. Even though my parent still doesn't speak in English, I'm Hmong American, so I joke around with a lot of my friends that my parents speak Hmonglish. They could drive, they could go to the grocery store, laundromat, they could function like a normal American, they just don't know the English because during that time, a lot of Southeast Asian, Cambodian, Min, Hmong, Laotian, Thai were put in ethnic enclaves. That means in small communities, in apartments. So there's not a need for my mom to speak English because she spoke the same language. The corner store person spoke the same language as my mom. Also at Edison High School, and you're very lucky here at LGA, we did not have a lot of college and career class offerings. It was very, very limited opportunities for us to take home economics, to take wood, or to take marine biology. There was not a lot of opportunity. Across town, however, at St. Mary's High School, they had everything. Beautiful, amazing. In the same tandem, we did not have extracurricular activities. Our football team was great, but our football field was not. Our basketball team was awesome, but our gym was horrible. Our tennis team was, I want to say, one of the best in Stockton during the time. But the court had cracks everywhere. Our badminton team was one of the best, because I played badminton varsity. We had no uniform. We just didn't know until we were exposed to other schools that had uniform, the name, stitched on their back. And guess what? They were not even good. Guess what they had? They had money. So I graduated Edison High School at 17 years old, and I left Stockton. I never looked back. I still go home almost every other weekend because I live only 45 minutes away from my parents. I received my bachelor in social science. So I'm actually a former high school teacher. And then went to Natomas Middle School. I taught at Hiram Johnson and Sacramento High School. The reason why I wanted to become a teacher right after my bachelor, I got my teacher credential, was growing up, I always wanted to hold a radio. Because for me, a radio was a sign of leadership, a power, and influence. I wanted to go back to Edison, teach at Edison, and one day become a vice principal or principal and hold a radio. And I had opportunity to hold a radio when I was at Natomas Middle School with Kendra and Eric. That's what I wanted to do. I knew no better. So I became a teacher. After that, it wasn't for me. And I want to say 08, 09, budget was really bad. They're laying off a whole bunch of teachers. A lot of my friends who did a credential program, they had to go to rural areas to be able to get a job, to Eureka, to Boonesville, in Clear Lake area. And I wanted to stay here in the valley. So then I got my master's and decided, you know what, I have the opportunity to, I'm just gonna get my doctorate. So I got my doctorate at age 31, one of the youngest, but I also said it wasn't in my doing. It was my ecosystem. It was my support system that allowed me to do what I did and am doing. So I wanted to end with the last two slides here is, for you as student, you need to own this space. This is your space, supported by your teachers, your coaches, your staff, and your admin. This is how you may feel right now, a little bit imbalanced. Because what is taking priority for you is club, sports, and activity, getting involved, trying to do college app, family expectation. You may be the first in your family and you're expected to graduate and go to college. That may be something you may not want to do. You may want to graduate and go to career tech, be an electrician. Social pressures by your peers. You have more responsibility. I remember in high school, junior was where you took a lot of the hard classes. It's the same thing in college. Your junior year is one of the most tough time, both high school and college. Concerns about college. Do I want to go? Well, a lot of my friends are, but I don't want to go. Those are a lot of social pressure. Fear of failure. And really graduate and think about your future. That's scary. And that may be what is tipping, your shoulder right now. And the things that you may not be as focused on, because you're all young scholars, is really spending time with your parents, your guardian, your friends, your family, your siblings, your grades, your attendance. When I was with Natomas Middle School, working with Kendra, number one thing was to make sure students came to school. We'll deal with you when you're here, but you need to be here. Schoolwork, turning your schoolwork your classwork. And enjoy being a teenager. I guarantee you, all the adults in here, we wish we were a teenager again. Did not have responsibility. And enjoy being a student. You can never experience this phase in your life anymore. Always remember, you have an ecosystem. So this is you in the middle, in the red, pink. That's you. You are a scholar, you're a learner. These are the folks that will help you. In the green is your social support, the immediate people that matters to you, that loves you. Your family, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles. It may be your religion, your belief, your culture. Outside that circle is your academic support. Here at LGA, your teacher, your staff, your counselor, your coaches, your tutors, your mentors. These are the folks that are part of your ecosystem. And this may not have a direct impact, but does influence is your learning environment. What school you attend. The parks are available, the recs are available, the neighborhood, the sports offer here at LGA, the curriculum, the lesson that your teacher teaches you, the college career information you receive, and any extracurricular activity. All that may not have a direct impact, but influences you as a scholar, and as a learner. But what's most important for you right now as a high school student, as me reflecting back, and for the middle school students who are streaming in, your social support at home, extremely important, and your academic support here at LGA. So if I can leave you with a few personal tips, practice gratitude. And I say that even to adults who I do training with. When you feel gratitude or when you have gratitude, and if you don't express it, it's the same thing as wrapping a present, not giving it. Okay? Let me say that again. If you feel gratitude, if you want to say thank you to someone, and you don't actually say it, it is like wrapping a Christmas present and not giving it. So practice gratitude. Always be kind to people. I say that even to my younger brother and sister, my niece's nephew. Always be kind to people because you don't know what demons people are going through. The only thing you can do is be kind to them. Point 2, identify a teacher or staff or even a counselor to be your mentor. Whoever you trust, whoever cares about you here on this campus, have them be your mentor. They're gonna be the one who's gonna write your letter of recommendation if you want to apply to college, or they're gonna be the one who connects you with an internship, or even they're gonna be the one who's gonna be your biggest cheerleader when your parents can't at home. At the same time, find time to meet with a teacher, a staff, a counselor, and when you meet with them, have them help you chart your plan, your academic plan. How will you earn good grade this semester, this trimester? Have them work with you if you're having a hard time with study habits. Have them help chart your academic journey. When you leave here at LGA, you know that you had the best experience. Attend and participate or volunteer in events and clubs. This is what's gonna make you a better human being when you are able to volunteer in the community or join in sports. Okay, it will teach you many skills. And one of the biggest skills that I see a lot of college students right now at Sacramento State lacking is interpersonal skills. They have no idea how to talk to a grown adult right in front of them. Graduating seniors at Sac State, we have what is called a career fair. An employer, let's say someone who worked for SMUD, okay, comes to interview, super smart student, a STEM major, electrical engineering. He or she have no idea how to engage with the employer for a job, okay? So a way to develop those skills is get involved and volunteer. Get to know someone not in your circle, class, or culture. If we want to feel belong, we need to learn about other people and tolerate their experience and appreciate that they're different from us. So build a relationship, be a friend to someone who is not in your class, part of your culture, or even in your community. When you need help, ask for help. When you need help, ask for help. I say this even to college students at Sac State, because the #1 killer of college students is suicide, is mental health. Think about that, okay? #1 thing that takes young people's lives, young people meaning college students, is mental health issue. So if you need help, ask for help. Come to school, enjoy your time at LGA, and as a teenager, enjoy your time. So with that said, I think I met the timeline. Again, hopefully, if something you take away is just this candy activity where you're doing with your siblings, your family, your loved one. Other than that, thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Thank you, Kendra Holcomb, and thank you, Ms. Harding. Appreciate it.